It isn't real. Reality is in the light. When you're on Earth, it's like being in a Broadway play and there are 8 billion actors and everybody's doing their part, but that's not reality. It was a few days before graduation from high school. We went as a class to a lake outside of Detroit. I'm swimming out to the raft to where my friends are. There's a floating platform out there. And about halfway there, I get really bad cramps and I can't kick anymore. And then I'm starting to drown. I go down one time. I'm struggling to get up to the top. I reach to the top. I look over. I can see my friends on the platform. I'm waving to them, but I can't stay above the water. They're waving back, thinking I'm playing a game. And then I'm sinking down. From that point on, I never came to the surface again. As I'm going down deeper and deeper into the lake, it's getting really very, very cold. This is June, and lakes in Michigan in June don't know about summer. It's still really very cold, and I'm shivering and shaking, and I'm falling deeper and deeper, and then all of a sudden I can feel the weeds at my feet as they're going deeper, and now I can't see anymore. I don't know if it's because my eyes shut off, or because it was really that dark. And then finally I hit the bottom of the lake and I hit in a sitting position. And I'm sitting there and I say, oh, this is great. Now I can just use my hands to push me up. And as I'm pushing down, my hands now get stuck in the mud. And now I'm there in terrible pain, frightened to death. And then I hear this voice. Someone's talking to me in my head. And the voice says, Andy, you have to relax and let go for just a minute. And I said, no, I can't. I need one breath of air. That's all I need. And then the voice says to me, no, Andy, you have to relax. You have to stop. You have to let go. And then I said to the voice in my head, okay, I'll let go. But do you promise to let me continue to fight? And the light says, yes. Okay, we promise. And then I let go. And the minute I formed the word go in my head, I popped out of my body, frozen, cold, shivering, shaking. And in a minute, what I call a moment of no time, I'm now in a tunnel and I'm looking around and I'm not cold. I'm not freezing. I can breathe. I'm in a body, but I don't recognize the body. And I look around and I see down as I'm looking over to the left, I can see down at the bottom of the lake, there's my body. And I'm saying, well, that's strange because I couldn't see down there, but I see it. And then I look away and I was not concerned. And I turn in the other direction and I see the tunnel, and at the end of the light of the tunnel is a bright light. And as I look at the light, it's so bright, I say to myself, this thing should be burning my retinas. This is the brightest thing I could ever imagine. It's like 1,000 suns all exploding at the same time. And then I'm pulled into the tunnel like by a gentle magnet, and I'm pulled into the tunnel. And as I'm moving into the tunnel, I can feel a breeze on my face. And then at the next moment of no time, I'm now in a giant sphere, in a ball, the size of a basketball coliseum. And I'm hovering in the center of the ball. And next to me, I can't see it, but I know it's there, is the light. And the light and I are talking. Not with my mouth, because I don't have a mouth anymore. I don't have eyes, I don't have ears, but I have things that allow me to communicate and to see and to hear. And as I look on the inside of the giant sphere, are countless, maybe thousands, hundreds of thousands of like little TV sets or movie screens. And each one has a specific action that I had taken in one of my many lives. And as I looked at one, as soon as I would focus on one, I would immediately, almost magically, be there. And now I was repeating what I was watching, but I was there. The difference is every time I relived one of my life experiences, I relived it in such a fashion that I knew and understood what everyone was thinking and how they were feeling about our interaction. And then all of a sudden, again, in a moment of no time, I pop out of the sphere and I'm in the tunnel now, and I'm getting very close to the light, and the light is in front of me now, and it's like a giant silhouette, like a target in a rifle range. And I was in the Marines, so I understand what that target looks like. And it was kind of like that. There was no gender to it. It was just a light, but it was very loving and warm, and it was pulling me. And as I got close to the light said three things that I could understand. And he said it in English because I could only understand English in my body at that time. And the light said to me, Andy, don't be afraid. Andy, I love you. And Andy, we love you. And when the light said, Andy, we love you, in back of the light, there were billions of other lights, just like me. Holographic pieces of the light. And they all said in one big chorus, Andy, welcome home. And I can tell you, that is the best I've ever felt as I was in existence. It was so wonderful to be home. And at that point, when the billions of other pieces of the light said, Andy, welcome home, I was absorbed into the light. I didn't go into the light. I was absorbed into the light. And it was like if the light was a large glass of water, and if Andy was a teaspoon of sugar, and you put the sugar in the water and spin it around, and then look at it, where's Andy? Everywhere. Where's the light? Everywhere. I became the light. I was not greater than the light. I was not lesser than the light. I was a holographic piece of the light. And I was ecstatic. My whole body right now, as I am speaking, is filled with chills.